Rick Boogs, Shelton Benjamin, Dolph Ziggler, Emma, Mustafa Ali, Dana Brooke, Dabba-Kato, which was Commander Aziz, Moss or Reddick Moss or Madcap Moss, whatever you want to remember him by, Elias, Top Dollar, the male models Mason Mansour, Yulisa Leon, Shanky, Aaliyah, Quincy Elliott, Bryson Montana, Kevin Ventura, Alexis Gray, and the very last one that just got announced was Matt Riddle. Man, that's a lot of people that just got released or let go or future endeavored. This can either be really, really good or it can be really, really bad. Really, really bad for the people that got released. That shit must suck. No one likes to get fired from any job, no matter what, especially a job like a wrestling job at WWE, which is every wrestler's dream job, to work in the biggest wrestling company in the world. These people just got released, so man, be cool. Be easy on them. I've already seen a whole bunch of people talking smack about, some of these names, but wish them the best of luck. And hopefully this is something that they can turn around into something positive. I know a lot of these people that got released were mostly names from NXT, and some of these people, they weren't really being used, not even in NXT. So I can understand why the company now is making these changes and letting these people go, because why even have them if they're not being used? And with this new management, that's they're probably don't really see the point in keeping them if they're not working, or they're just, sitting at home or in catering or whatever the case may be. So that's understandable. Also, I would like to believe that some of these people were actually glad to be released, because, if you're not being used, if you're not allowed to do what you love, which is to wrestle or entertain or be creative, if you can't do that, even for the biggest company in the world, you would probably be happier doing that somewhere else, being able to have that creativity or being able to be free and have creative freedom. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Somewhere else, and have fun and enjoy it, rather than just being stuck somewhere and being told what to do all the time. I hope that these people that got released find a better place to do what they do best and do what they love. But some of these names, man, were really surprising. For example, some of the big ones that I was really in shock about was Shelton Benjamin, Dolph Ziggler, and Elias. The fact that those three names got released, those are big names, especially in WWE. That WWE doesn't have anything for these three names is crazy to me. Shelton Benjamin, he's been in WWE since the old days. He came up with Brock Lesnar and John Cena and Batista and Randy Orton back in the OVW days. And since then, Shelton Benjamin has been in and out of the WWE. Dolph Ziggler, another veteran as well, who's had many years, ex-world champion, ex-intercontinental champion, great talent. And also Elias, who at one point was really over with the crowd, and the people were just asking for Elias, and they wanted to see Elias get pushed and get wins and get in a better spot in the WWE, and it just never happened for Elias, and that's really unfortunate. Elias was really entertaining and fun to watch the short period of time that we were able to, and he just never got the time of day. But when it comes to these three names, I feel like Elias still has a lot of potential, and there's still that possibility. There is that saying that the door is always open, the door never closes. People have left the company and came back even stronger. We've seen it multiple times. Cody Rhodes did it, Drew McIntyre did it, Bobby Lashley did it, even Shelton Benjamin too. He's been fired a couple times or released, and then he comes back. And I think Elias, of all people, would be one of the ones that, if Elias left and came back, the people would be really excited to see Elias. So I hope that Elias takes this time and maybe convinces the WWE that, hey, I am a good look. I can be someone and I can do something big. And I hope that Elias does prove the WWE wrong, because I know everyone would be really happy to see Elias back in WWE one day. When it comes to Matt Riddle, that one was also kind of shocking because Matt Riddle, he was in UFC before he was in WWE. And now that the two companies are merged together, I was expecting Matt Riddle to get a push because of his connections with the UFC and now the WWE. But Matt Riddle was also let go, and that probably had to do with all of the issues Matt Riddle was having outside in his personal life. He had some legal issues. Matt Riddle was suspended a few times from WWE, and the most recent incident that happened at the airport where Matt Riddle was accusing the airport security of inappropriately touching Matt Riddle, which turned out later on, we found out that Matt Riddle was actually really intoxicated during this whole ordeal. And man, maybe that was the last straw for Matt Riddle. That's what broke the camel's back, and the new management of Endeavor, you just said, you know what, fuck that. We're not going to deal with that bullshit anymore, and you're gone. And Mustafa Ali was another surprising one too, because Mustafa Ali, he was being used a lot in NXT. He was feuding with Wes Lee and Dominic Mysterio, and he was well in the North American title picture down there in NXT. And I for sure thought I was going to see Mustafa Ali versus Dominic Mysterio at some point, and I want to say that that's what the build was going towards, I believe, with Dominic Mysterio down there in NXT. I know Dom, he's going to be feuding with, or he is feuding with Dragon Lee right now, but Mustafa Ali was always in that picture, and now just out of nowhere, Mustafa Ali is just gone now. And when it comes to Mustafa Ali and when it comes to Dolph Ziggler, I think those are the two names that I'm going to guess and say would be the first two names to make the jump to AEW. Dolph Ziggler, obviously, because his brother, Ryan Nemeth, works currently for AEW, and Dolph Ziggler is really good friends with the Bucks and the Elite and all those guys, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Dolph Ziggler go over there. Mustafa Ali is another name just because of his style of wrestling. It matches up a lot with the style of wrestling that they do over there in AEW, so I think Mustafa Ali would be a good fit for that roster. And also Emma, we all saw that tweet that was sent out to Saraya. As soon as Emma found out that she was released, Saraya said, run it back. Another name that I wouldn't be surprised to make that jump to AEW. But honestly, we've seen that Tony Khan and AEW, they are pretty much willing to hire anyone. And that's good because now these talents that have been released, they have somewhere else to go to. But man, such a crazy turn of events here. So many changes. And also, besides all the releases, the TV shows are also being affected for good and for bad potentially too, because SmackDown is going to be heading over to USA where Monday Night Raw is, I believe, in the next year or so. SmackDown is not going to be on Fox anymore, and just with that jump, man, so many things are being asked because SmackDown is going to Raw, and because Raw is a 3-hour show, could we get a 3-hour SmackDown? Not only that, but there's also speculation that Monday Night Raw is going to be moving to Amazon Prime or whatever, Amazon TV or whatever it's called, which is another crazy thing, because if one thing is for sure and one thing that has never changed, it's Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, it is what it is. It's Monday Night Wrestling show, and it's been on USA forever since day one, since Monday Night Raw started, I believe. It has always been on the USA Network. Unlike SmackDown, SmackDown has moved from Fox to UPN to different channels, but Monday Night Raw has always been on USA on Monday nights. The possibility of changing that and making Raw something else, it wouldn't be Monday Night Raw anymore, at least I don't think. But man, so many crazy things are happening already really fast. The timing of this is crazy. It has only literally been like a week, not even a week, since the merger was finalized and TKO was completed or created, and people are already getting fired left and right. The networks are changing. The shows are already starting to feel a little bit different as well. It's a crazy time. Things are moving very fast in the WWE. It's a crazy time right now in wrestling, folks. It's also kind of exciting because with all these changes, I'm hoping that the programs will get better. And I think they are, because you can kind of start noticing some of these changes already happening on SmackDown, but we'll get into more of that once we get into it. But for now, that is all the news I had. If I missed any names, I'm sorry. Or you can hit me up at Snug Wrestling to keep me updated on that. I will be reporting more on this as the days progress, and as the information starts coming in, we'll be talking about this. But for now, let's get into the fun stuff. Let's get into the wrestling. Friday Night SmackDown, September 22nd.